Hey Internet, it's me. So night 10, we watched Final Destination. And honestly, I forgot how much I like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen it in a while, and that was just a blast. I don't understand, though, why, and I brought this up earlier, but why did none of the lead actors from this, take off? I think Ellie Larder had the best run, because, you mentioned, she was in Heroes, and then she was in the Resident Evil movies, but, I don't know, she was never huge, you know what I mean? She was never, AAA blockbuster status. And then Devon Sawa, I mean, he's been in the Chucky show, he was in a couple things way back when. That's about it. Sean William Scott, he shows up here or there, but also never in huge blockbuster things. And, he had action chops, too, in The Rundown or Bulletproof Monk. He's good. So, yeah, I don't know why none of these people took off.
Well, I would say Sean William Scott did take off.
He did, but, he didn't have the staying power, and I don't get it.
Like I said, he still does one thing a year, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Also, I forgot that Candyman shows up in the movie, and that was really cool. Tony Todd, the guy that was at the morgue there, he was the titular villain in Candyman.
Okay.
So, that was really fun seeing him.
I'll take your word for it.
But, I guess we could talk about this movie. It's just really fun.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the deaths are just really gnarly. They're so cool.
It must have been fun to be a writer to come up with all the different ways.
Oh, yeah.
The pool scene, the satellite dish umbrella, whatever it was, with the metal pole. You had to come up with a way to make it look like it had to kill her, but then it didn't, and be used to do something that did something that made a chain reaction. That would be a fun...
Everything was like a Rube Goldberg machine of death. Yeah. Even the plane scene at the very beginning, it was just so well done. There's a little bits here or there where the CG's a little dated, but overall it looks so cool.
Yes.
And it wasn't instant. The plane didn't just explode. We saw the luggage falling, and the ghetto blaster came and hit Todd in the back of the head, and we saw the couple people get sucked out. The whole thing was just so cool. And then when the flames burned up Alex, and it lingered for a bit, and you saw his skin melting off, I don't know, everything was just really cool looking.
You know what my favorite shot about that was, though, that whole scene? Just the airplane sitting parked through the window of the airport.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it had this grandeur and ominousness that, for a, I don't want to say small scale movie, because I don't know if it really can be that, but it feels small scale. At the same time, the movie feels very Spielbergian. You were saying, there's a lot of cool shots. That one shot was cool, craned over.
Yeah, there was a lot of multiple shots where I loved the cinematography.
There was just so many cool moments where just wow, that's cool to look at.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then you got, the addition of the kills, addition of the good storyline, addition of the great acting. Yeah. It just makes for a heck of a good time.
Yeah, it really does. The one thing that bothered me, and I mentioned this in the movie, and I had to rewind to make sure I saw it right. The kill that always stuck with me is the bus hitting the girl, because she's just fucking drop dead, or whatever she said. And then right as she says it, boom, hits by a bus. And I didn't realize until just now when we watched it, that in that scene, the camera's panning, and where the bus comes from, there's road work going on. There's a big, a bulldozer, excavator, whatever, blocking
construction
the road,
crane right in the way.
Cones and scaffolding, and there's nowhere for the bus to come from. And as the camera pans, you see, that's all there, and then she's right here, and then bus.
Yep.
And I was so disappointed about that, because that is my favorite kill in the movie, and it just kind of ruined the continuity.
Maybe that was the bus from Speed. It couldn't go below 55 miles an hour, it just had to take a really hard right turn.
And then there was a bunch of little Easter eggs that you caught that I'd never noticed before. At the end with the 180 on the sign there, which was the name of the flight,
the
or the number of the flight.
On the
and then,
luggage carrier.
The 666 on the luggage carrier. I never noticed that. Even though the camera focuses on the luggage carrier, I still never
There's a lot
pieced
of good,
together that
there's a lot of good,
thing.
I don't know if you call them Easter eggs, but just little...
Foreshadowing,
little sprinkles of nuggets of
Yeah.
funness to discover and rediscover if you watch it again.
I was going to say, it's definitely a movie where there's more that you'll notice the second or third time you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's just... I don't know. There's a lot going on, but it was really good. I really enjoyed this.
The one thing I didn't like was the fact that they gave Death a shadow.
Yeah.
And I also didn't like that the water sucked back into the toilet.
Yes, I was wondering that too.
When it never did anywhere else.
Yeah, also, why would Death have to cover its tracks?
Right.
Like, it's Death. It's not like someone could come arrest it. It's an unstoppable natural force. Like,
Yeah.
it just leave the water there.
Right.
The shadow thing, I didn't mind that the shadow was there. I didn't like that no one reacted to it. Like, they would turn and look like, what the hell was that? But then afterward, there's like, like, if you see something unnatural and impossible, it's gonna set you off for more than, like, a quick, huh. Like, you're gonna be like, what the hell did I just see? There's just a shadow in my reflection in the mirror. That's not natural and normal. Like, you'd be searching the room, you'd be looking around. You're not just gonna shrug it off and go about your day. Especially 2 days after you almost died in a plane crash. Or a month after, or whatever the timeline was.
Maybe some people would. I wouldn't.
The one thing I thought was weird is that everyone in the movie, like, hates Alex. Like, they're all so mad at him. And I don't understand that. Like, I get everyone, you know, PTSD and whatever, they all handle crap different. But, like, the dude saved your life, so maybe don't be mad at the guy.
My thing was how, what's-her-face, Claire, Allie Larder, went from believing him to not believing him all of a sudden.
Yeah, she believed him at first, and then once he mentioned the pattern, she didn't believe. It's like, but you believe that he was important, and that he saw this happen. Like, why is the design of Death any harder to believe?
Right.
Plus, she saw the weird Mork guy give his little spiel and know their names without them introducing themselves too, so you'd think she'd be more inclined to believe. Because I think they kind of set him up to be Death, or at least the Grim Reaper, the mouthpiece of Death, something, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the Death version of the Metatron is.
But those I wouldn't even.
Yeah, no, very
nitpicking.
minor nitpicks. Like, a couple small continuity errors, or just weird little nitpicks. But overall,
yeah,
great movie.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Like, I've seen it a bunch of times before. Not in a few years, though. Just watched it again. Still absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Like, I even knew what half the kills were, and I still just a joy to watch. Really fun.
It's just a fun watch. I love it's, came out in 2000, and everything is in camera, real looking. There's a couple shots, like you said, like the plane exploding, the extra crackle effect of the electrical wire.
And that one spot with the burning leaves, it was weird that they CG it because it looked CG. I'm like, why did you need to add that? Like,
yeah, but that was minimal. Everything else looked so good.
Yeah, the vast majority was just practical.
It's just a fun pleasure to watch. It's just a good time.
Yeah. This one, I would, if we're rating it, I mean, we are. I want to say, I'm between an 8 and a 9.
I'm going 8.
8. 8 was my first impression, and I was starting to question. But, yeah, it's definitely above average. It's really fun, even on repeat viewing. Like, it's a fun, enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's really good.
Yep.
I think that's it. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
I think we covered it. Acting, the deaths, the effects, everything's just great.
Yeah, fun time.
Yeah. So there you go. This is one that we would recommend. So watch this movie. And come back tomorrow when we're going to watch the second one. And we'll see if that one's as good as the first. We'll see you then.